All right, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be my neighbor? Yes, it is. It's Darrin L. Harris, and I am so excited to be here with you guys. We're just going to give people a few moments to get on, and we're going to start in a few minutes.
And she said, well, you're sending money and you're sending shoes. Why don't you come to Africa, to the orphanage? Now, I wasn't too good with that, Kenya. Africa, I'm good right here in America. I'll send shoes, Africa. And we're talking about Zimbabwe, where the president is Mugabe, whatever his name is, and this is a dictator. So I wasn't too comfortable at first, but I thought about it. And I had that moment where I said, why not? So I signed up and I ended up going to Zimbabwe, Africa, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Now, the group that I was with, they were really smart group of people. They were faith people and great people. But we decided in our American way, let's bring the children some candy. So we filled our bags with Skittles and M&Ms and, come on, y'all help me, Now and Laters and Payday, Snickers. Y'all know what I'm talking about, all of the good stuff. The good stuff. This wasn't no bad, this is the good stuff. Blow Pops, come on now. All the stuff y'all took last night and I didn't get one piece of candy. The good stuff. This was the good stuff. So we brought all the good stuff. Now these kids, you know, they are living in Zimbabwe, Africa. Now they had a sugarcane field where they had all of this sugarcane, and some of y'all from the country know what I'm talking about. You know, you chop that sugarcane, you start to chew on that thing, all your jaws start to hit. You know, somebody knows what about you've had that sugarcane before, haven't you? And all your jaws start to hurt. And that's what they were used to, the sugarcane. Sugarcane, and you know, and you can see, you'll see a little bit later, you'll see some of the young people when I show that picture that they're chewing on the sugarcane. But we decided to bring them what we thought was the good stuff, the good candy. So they described this good candy. They called it Sweeties. And it was so cute because we would line the little kids up in one straight line. And they would come up to us and they would pat their little hand. And they would open it up. And we would put one little piece of candy, but they would do this. And they would say, Sweetie. And one by one, they would come around. But in about 30 minutes, the same kid, you know, he makes his way back around. And then, you know, the one sweet little kid that used to be sweet, now he's like, Sweetie, Sweetie. And they're pulling all on our clothes. And, you know, they're like little demons. And I'm like, Sweetie. And so you can kind of see that they're really, you know, I mean, I don't know what happened. We gave them too many Sweeties. So me being smart like I am, I just jumped out of the way and I said, I'm going to get myself out of this situation, out of this mess that I created along with the other ones. And as I stepped back and I began to notice what was happening, I noticed that my colleagues and noticed that everybody who was a part of that contingency, I mean, they were still trying to control the chaos. They were still trying to get the kids to line up, and they were getting beat up by the kids, jumped on the kids. Now, I'm smart, so I'm standing back. But as I begin to observe the chaos that we created, something snapping.
All right, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be my neighbor? This is Darrin L. Harris, and remember, I am your friend. I am so excited that you are joining me today. It is going to be a great time, great conversation. I just wanted to check in, make sure everyone is doing A-OK. Hopefully you guys are doing A-OK today. If you're doing A-OK, why don't you send me a message, just let me know, chime in and say I'm okay. Because if you're okay, say I'm okay. I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay too. and it is going to be a great time. I'm just so excited. Before I go any further, of course, I want to, as always, welcome you, of course, to this particular show. And I'm excited because we're going to be talking about some great things today. We're going to be talking about today the 2190 rule. Yes, the 2190 rule, 21-day, 90-day rule. And here's simply what the rule says. It says that whatever you do for 21 days, it becomes a habit. But if you do it, watch this, for 90 days, it becomes a lifestyle. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about how we make a habit a lifestyle. And I'm talking about good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Hey, Mion, good to see you. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for all the comments. I'm glad that you're okay. I'm okay. Why don't you guys do me a favor and share this message? Yeah, share this message. Go ahead and hit the share button. And we're streaming on multiple platforms right now. And so if you're with us on Facebook, we greet you, whether you're on the public page or my private page. I thank you. Hey, good to see you, Pastor Donna. Thank you for being on. Good to see you. Give him the glory ministries. I'm so excited that you have joined us today. We're going to talk about some great stuff. We were talking about the 21-day/90-day rule, which basically says that whatever you do for 21 days, it typically becomes a habit. And, you know, many times when we hear the word habit, people think bad habits. But, you know, just as there are bad habits, there are what? Good habits. I want to talk about good habits. Yes, I do. I want to talk about good habits because that is exactly what we are to do. So you do something for 21 days, it is a habit, but you do it for 90 days, they tell me, that it becomes a lifestyle. And we want good lifestyles, and so I don't know where you are in life today, but if you're a leader, I'm here for you. A part of my role and responsibility here on this earth is to help individuals who are leaders, social entrepreneurs, nonprofit leaders, faith leaders, spiritual leaders, whatever type of leader you are, I'm here for you to help you to what? Increase your influence. Why? Because leadership is about influence. Nothing more, nothing less. So I'm here to help you increase your influence so that you can create and build high performance, high impacting, sustainable organizations that change your part of the world. That's why we're here. I want to help you. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. So we're going to be talking about the, once again, 21-day, 90-day rule. And it's a good rule. But before I go any further, of course, I have to invite you to go to my website. Yes, I have a free ebook that was written just for you. Yes, it was. It is called The Unwritten Rules of Leadership. The Unwritten Rules of Leadership. So I wrote that just for you. Don't tell anybody. Yes, I did. I wrote it just for you. And so I want you to get it. Go to www.darrinlharris.com. Yes, that's darrinlharris.com. And you just hit the tab that says book. And you can just request a copy of that free ebook. Yes, it's not just an ebook, it's a free book. Yes, it is. It's a free ebook that I wrote just for you. And it's what they never told you about building high performance organizations. I want to tell you, I want to give you some secrets. I want to give you some tips. I want to show you how I did it. Because I had a great time doing it. I love to talk to leaders and those who are seeking to increase their influence so that they can build high performance, sustainable organizations that change their part of the world. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. So go to that website, www.darrinlharris.com. Get your free copy of The Unwritten Rules of Leadership. I also want to draw your attention right here to Living Life, Leaving Legacy. You can purchase that online, of course, at Amazon. So it's on Amazon. You just look up my name. It'll pop up. You look up Living Life, Leaving Legacy, and you can purchase that book. It's there for you. And so I wrote it just for you. Yes, I did. There's some great leadership and life lessons at the end of each chapter because I just wanted to share a little bit of the experience that I have. Well, now that I got all that out the way, let's talk. Let's have a conversation, y'all. Because look, during this time, and of course we want to be mindful, of course, all those who may have lost someone during this tragic. I mean, this is a terrible time. Of course, not just for our nation, but for the world. And we're having to make some adjustments on the fly. We're having to change the way we do things, whether it's how we worship, how we work, how we serve. a lot of things have changed for many of us. For many of us. And some of you may be in leadership right now. And you may be saying, it's sure lonely being at the top. Leadership is lonely. Nobody knows. Can I tell you, if it's lonely at the top, it's only because you didn't bring anybody with you. And that's why I am here right now, because I want to bring you with me, because I already understand that leadership doesn't have to be loneliness, but it does sometimes require aloneness. And so during this time in your not loneliness, but aloneness, this is an opportunity, and that's the way I look at this time. It's an opportunity, and so I've been very intentional about building my brand, because what's one of the unwritten rules? You must build a brand and business that is what? Bigger than you. Why? Because we must expand the brand and multiply the message. That's so good, I gotta say it again. We must expand the brand and multiply the message. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and I'm so excited that you're here right now. Why don't you hit share and share this message? I want to help you. But not only do I want to help you, I want to hope you. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. So I want to talk to you really quickly about how I approach this 21-90 a day rule. Of course, we want things to become a habit. I'm talking about good habits, y'all. I ain't talking about the bad habits. We can talk about that some other time, because we need to talk about that, but that ain't what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is good habits, y'all, because good habits lead to good lifestyles. And what I've been doing to be very intentional about how I am building my brand and, of course, expanding the brand and multiplying the message is really simple. And so I want to share something with you. I have some clients that I coach. Of course, I do live coaching. Of course, there's the Owner Room speaker training. I'm upgrading my website. I'm writing a devotional. So there are many things that I said I need to be really intentional about this time. So if you just take a step back, because there might be someone right now, you've been saying, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm never without anything to do. Whether it's working with one of my life coaching clients or my executive coaching clients, whether I'm working on my own brand, whether I'm, working with my team, whether my graphic design artist. I want to give him a shout out right now as well. So he's been doing so many great things and some great work. And so I want to say congratulations. I call him the Hurricane. Jamil, I'll go ahead and put his information somewhere down there. So he's doing some great work for me right now. He's way down in Miami, Florida, y'all. He's way down there. But, I've learned to build a team, right? It's really important that you build a team. And so if you're going to be doing some great work, if you want to make sure that it's quality. And so you want to get people on your team that is going to have some quality, and they're going to produce quality work for you. Just really important. So I wanted to, of course, bring that to your attention, as we are working towards doing some great things. And so once again, Jamil, if you're listening to this, brother Jamil Ramos, why don't y'all just hit him up? I mean, he does some great work for me, and he's just a part of the team, and I really appreciate you, brother. I call him the Hurricane. He's something. He can preach. Pastor Donna, he can preach. That young man can preach. Yes, he can. So Jamil, if you hear this, brother, I want you to know that Jamil Richards Ramos, that you're doing some great work. You are going to be able to impact many lives, and I pray that God will continue to bless, of course, your ministry, but also your business. So I want to give you that plug, brother. So my name is Darrin L. Harris. I'm your friend. So here's what I do. So it's just really important that you share this message. It's really important that you get the free ebook. Go and get it. It's really important that you also check out Living Life, Leaving Legacy. It's some good stuff. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, I want you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I'm your friend. So let me tell you what I do. So during this season, as I've been very, very intentional about expanding my brand and multiplying my message, I do something called the WAG, W-A-G, the WAG, which really stands for Week at a Glance. When I'm working with my life coaching clients, my executive clients, or if I'm consulting with nonprofits, so I wear many hats. And it's really important that you understand that, you got to understand that, look, failing to plan is planning to fail. I can't put it any more simpler than that. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And so if you're on this channel and you want to fail, this is not the right channel, this is not the right live, this is not the right time, because I'm not about to fail, right? And I am not about to give you information that will cause you to fail. I will not be a stumbling block. There's an ancient but relevant book that talks about be ye not a stumbling block. So I don't want to be a stumbling block to you, but I want to give you something that's not just going to help you, but I hope that it will help you. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris and I'm your friend. So the WAG, the week at a glance, what we're doing at the WAG, we always start off with our goals, right? What's the goal? What's the ultimate thing that I want to achieve? See, it's going to be really important that you see the end in the beginning, right? You see the end in the beginning, because if you can see the end in the beginning, it makes things a lot easier. So what is your goal? And you don't want to give yourself too much to do, by the way. So I'm been very intentional and very specific about my goals for this time. I'm not just wasting time, but I am being very intentional about what I'm doing to expand my brand and multiply the message. That's why you keep saying the same thing over and over again, right? It's about consistency. It's about branding. This is how you brand. You're consistent, and your message must be consistent, and you must be persistent while you're being consistent. That's so good. I think I'll write that down somewhere. That's a good one. So anyway, the first thing is you got to have a goal. The next thing is, this is the second thing, you want to have what? Objectives. So the goal is the overall thing that you want to do, but the objectives, watch this, are the steps. Let me put it even more detailed than that, are the detailed steps, right? Because remember, success, first of all, is never a mistake. Success must be intentional. And if your success is going to be intentional, that means that you must have not just a goal, but you have to have objectives, or you have to have the steps that's going to help you reach your goal. And then you want to make sure that you place a time. This is number 3. Make it time specific, right? Sometimes you hear it's called a SMART goal, but you want to make sure that you place your time to it, because if you don't place your time to it, you're going to take your time. And if you take your time, you might not do it. So be very specific about the time that you're doing. So if you're just joining us, I want to welcome you. Come on in. I want you to share this message. I want you guys to go to www.darrinlharris.com. Get your free copy of this ebook right here. It's called The Unwritten Rules of Leadership. I want you to get that. And then, of course, if you haven't got it already, we have Living Life, Leaving Legacy. You can purchase that on Amazon. Yes, it is. It's on Amazon. So as a recap, once again, we're talking about the WAG. We're talking about being very intentional during this time, not sitting around. We're talking about how we expand our brand and multiply our message. Once again, expand your brand, multiply your message. You got to keep doing it. Expand your brand, multiply your message. By the time we get off of here, all you're going to hear tonight is expand the brand, multiply the message. I'm going to be so much in your ears that you're going to get tired. You're going to try to click me off, and you're going to be able to click me off. You're going to lay down, and you're going to hear expand the brand, multiply the message. That's what it is. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I'm your friend. Not only do I want to help you, but I want to help you. Why? Because I am your friend. So here's who I'm here for before we get back into the WAG. I'm here for those who are seeking to increase their influence. So I'm talking about leaders. If you're a social entrepreneur, a nonprofit leader, a spiritual leader, a faith leader, whatever type of leader you are, I'm here for you. That's why we're talking right now. Y'all, I'm putting all my time and energy. I'm giving y'all all I got. Why? Because I love you. And leaders who lead with love, they never lose. It's always a win-win, and we're in it to win it. So getting back to the WAG, the week at a glance, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have a goal. Then you want to make sure you have objectives. Then you want to make sure you place your time to it. Now, the fourth thing is, that's going to be really, really important, is that you look at what your resources are and what your constraints are. This is something we sometimes miss in the planning process. So what do you have at your disposal right now? What resources do you have, right? People resources, financial resources. Look at the resources you have. A lot of times we focus on what we don't have instead of focusing on the things we do. So what resources do you have? as you look at your resources, it's going to be really important that you take a very honest look at what you don't have. What are your limitations? What are your constraints? Because if you understand what your constraints are, you understand where your limitations are, it's going to help you to better plan and to find or identify ways to overcome those barriers. My name is Darrin L. Harris. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Not only am I here to help, I'm here to help you. Can I help you today? I can help you. Let me help you. Come on, let's get going. All right, so now that we've identified what our constraints are, what our resources are, I want to say that differently. What our resources are, what our constraints are, now we want to identify those who can help us, right? Who's going to be responsible? Who do you need on your team? Because here's what I know. No one of us is greater than all of us. Man, there's some good stuff right now. I hope y'all taking notes, and I hope y'all sharing. Go on and share this message, because I'm telling y'all some good stuff. You can't pay for this stuff. I always tell people, for my services, whether I'm consulting, whether I am doing life coaching, whether I'm standing on the stage, there is never a cost, price, or fee. Did you know that? I don't charge a cost, price, or fee. Whenever I'm assisting someone, it's an investment. Some of y'all are going to get that on the way home. It's an investment, and we invest in what we value. So that's why I always know who really values me. I already know when they come in with all of these excuses and stuff. I already know. So I want to. Can I help? I want to help y'all one more time too, because a lot of times many of y'all are leaders, and you've been in positions where people respect your work and they respect what you do, and they'll say things like, "Let's go to lunch. I'm going to take you to lunch, so I can pick your brain. Can I take you to lunch and pick your brain?" If you picking my brain, you picking my pocket. You can't pick my brain and my pocket at the same time. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. That always confuses me when people say, "Let me pick your brain." You pick my brain, you picking my pocket. You must be out your cotton picking mine. Let me keep going. We're talking about the WAG, the week at a glance. This is something I encourage all of my consulting clients, my coaching clients, whether they're executive coaching or life coaching clients. I always share this with them because it's important. It's a great activity to do. And so, of course, you want to know what your goals are. You want to know the objectives. You want to place the time. Look at your constraints. Look at your resources. Who can help you, right? Who's going to be responsible to be on your team? And then what is the outcome? What is the ultimate outcome? You got to see it, right? You got to see it if you want to seize it. Oh, that's so good. I think I'm going to write that in a book somewhere. You got to see it before you can seize it. Faith is the substance of things. Don't make me preach, Pastor Donna. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. But you got to see it before you can seize it. I'm just trying to help you because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. All right, y'all, I'm almost done. And so here's the final thing that I want to share with you when you're working with the week at a glance. This is really good stuff. If this is good stuff, come on, give me some love. Show me some love. Say something to me. Let me know that you're there. Show some real love by sharing this message right now. Share it with somebody. Why don't you do that for me? You can share it on Facebook. You can share it whether you're on Periscope, whether you're on Instagram. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm glad you're here. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I am your friend. I'm so excited that y'all here. Here's the last thing. When I'm teaching and I'm instructing and assisting people with the WAG, I always say that it's really important that you master, that you get these 4 things, the 4 M's, and this is going to make you very successful. This is where I get really serious. I can't even do it with a straight face. But here we go. So here's what I know. With your plan, right? With this week at a glance, right? You already have your goals, you have your objectives, you looked at you place a time frame to it, you've already looked at what your constraints are, what your resources are, you looked at who's going to be responsible, and you looked at the final outcome. Well, with this plan, a plan is no good until it's placed into action, right? I learned many years ago that a vision without action is only a dream. A vision without action is only a dream. And here's what I know, and I didn't make this up, but it's good. But it says that a visionary is going to receive the vision. Once they receive the vision, they're to write it down, make it plain, release the vision so that someone else, watch this, can read it and run with it, so that you what? Can receive more. That's a straight download right there. I'm giving y'all a lot of good stuff today. Come on, share this message. There's some good stuff there. So here are the 4 things that I want to share with you, and I'm out of here because I got to get back to work. You want to manage this plan. You want to manage the plan. That's number 1. You want to manage the plan. Once you manage the plan, you want to be able to monitor the plan. As you're monitoring the plan, you want to have a way or a method to measure the plan. And after you measure the plan, then you can master the plan. I'm talking about the master's plan. You got to master the plan. So here's what I know. You cannot manage what you do not measure. You cannot manage what you do not monitor. You cannot monitor what you do not measure. And you cannot master what you do not measure. So you have to manage your plan. You have to monitor your plan. You have to measure your plan so that you can what? Master your plan. It's really important that you do this, and I guarantee you, that's DARRIN, I guarantee you, if you do these simple things, you are going to have a successful plan. Now, there's some other things that I do, like I have accountability buddies and partners. I have people who are mentors in my life. I have people who encourage me and who inspire me, who are part of my team. Because what I recognize is that sometimes life shows up. Sometimes, I may, fall off a track or get distracted, get off course. And so it's really important that you identify someone who can help you, who will hold you accountable to what you said you're going to do. Right? We may not have it all together, but together we can have it all. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and I'm your friend. I'm trying to tell you, I love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in today. Just as a recap, we've been talking about a week at a glance and how important it is for you as a leader who is going to increase your influence. Why? Because leadership is about influence. Nothing more, nothing less. And so you're going to have to be able to increase your influence. How do you do that? By building high performance, high impacting, sustainable organizations that change your part of the world. Don't you want to do it? I want you to do it. I want to help you do it. Why? Because my name is Darrin L. Harris, and leaders who lead with love never lose. It's always a win-win, and we're in it to win it. And so, as I leave you, as a recap, the WAG, you want to make sure that you have a very specific goal, that you have objectives, that you place a time frame to it, right? That you identify what your constraints are, what your resources are, and who can help you, who's going to be responsible in helping you implement this plan, right? Who's going to be there for you? And then, of course, you want to see what the outcome is. What is the outcome? And as you're working with this plan, make sure that you manage, that you monitor, that you measure, and that you master the plan. Well, that's my time, y'all. My name is Darrin L. Harris, and remember, I'm your friend. Just before I go, once again, I want you to go to my website, www.darrin, that's DARRINLHarris.com. I have a free ebook just for you. I wrote it just for you, called The Unwritten Rules of Leadership. Yes, The Unwritten Rules of Leadership is written just for you. And then, of course, we have Living Life, Leaving Legacy. You can purchase that on Amazon, so go ahead and check it out, y'all. I have a couple of copies, too, so if you hit me in my inbox or if you put it in my DM. I learned that from the kids. Put it in my DM, y'all. You put it in my DM, I guarantee you I'll get you a signed copy. We'll work all the logistics out. But I'm so happy and so excited that you guys have joined me once again. Why don't you share this message? I got to go, y'all. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Remember, leaders who lead with love never lose. It's always a win-win. And we're in it to win it. God bless you. God keep you. This is my prayer. I love you guys. Have a great day. And if you don't have a great day, make it one.